Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to LCAT. I'm Chad O'Brien alongside Jake Robb, and tonight you're joining us in a game of a classic rivalry, East Longmeadow versus Longmeadow. What do you think, Jake Robb? Who do you got this game?
It's a big game. I mean, I think in East Longmeadow they're coming off a tough loss, but they got to win against West Springfield this week, which was huge for them. So.
Yeah, East Longmeadow, some star players this year. Mike Monroe with 4 goals, 3 assists, and Joe Presnell also sticking out, 5 goals, 2 assists. Our back line is starting to show themselves, and we've also have some great players on the defensive side as well. Overall, I think we're a solid team this year. We could make a run.
I mean, yeah, there's big shoes to fill with last year's team, obviously going to the States.
Yeah, so last year I believe 11 seniors left. So, I mean, pretty much the entire starting lineup. But East Longmeadow is still pulled together, a good team. AJ Morgado got a few starts last year against some teams, and now he's our starting goaltender this year in front of Tyler Dudley. And then, obviously, our front line starting at striker. We got Joe Presnell. He's been showing out. Our middies, we got Oliveri. I believe Richards and Monroe also, I believe, playing midi. These guys are good, though. I think they got a good team this year. So, Longmeadow kicking off, and they will go for an aggressive play, sending it right downfield. That's defended by Diascoli, and once again goes back to Diascoli. He sends it long, and it's headed by Longmeadow. Presnell with the ball now, and he'll send it upfield looking for Monroe, and that is defended. And Oliveri takes out number 5, Thomas McMahon. And now, I believe number 9 for Longmeadow. 8, number 8 for Longmeadow. Braden Costas will boot it upfield. Ends up with Monroe. Monroe looking for the ball, and it deflects off of him. And now, Presnell with the aggressive play style. East Longmeadow using their body tonight so far as we kick off this game.
I mean, the aggressive play style, it's obviously risky. You could acquire some penalties, but
Longmeadow now with the throw-in. He'll look deep, back to midfield, and it's defended well, and then it goes out of bounds. Looking for an East Longmeadow throw-in now. I believe it is Jack Merrigan on the right side. He looks for Monroe. Monroe sends it left side, looking for Oliveri. Goaltender coming out, and he scoops it right up. Ball booted deep. Riley defending. Christopher Caron. Caron with the ball on the outside. He'll send it to the middle, and it is off the outside post. So Morgado will have a goal kick, which they'll actually give to Diascoli.
that was a good play on defense. They really cut off his angle of the net.
Yep.
It was a bad angle.
Yeah, all about angles in this game for shots. Pretty much anything from the outside isn't going to go in, so they're always happy with those. Oliveri defending, and Biggins punches it up. Merrigan on the back right. He sends it up to Richards. Richards sending it to Monroe. Monroe looking for Presnell up the middle, but it does not get through. Well defended. On the outside now, I believe Richard. Can't get the number. And well defended by East Longmeadow.
Yeah, that was a great play by Discoli. He cut off his angle. He forced him to pass into a bad shot.
Now Diascoli will take the goal kick. Gets out to Richard. And now Biggins takes it. Biggins looks to the outside to Richards and misses, and it'll go out of bounds. And Longmeadow will have a throw-in. Carson Mosio will take it. He'll send it deep to the left wing for Longmeadow. And Biggins will just boot it out of bounds. And they'll have a tough time finding that ball later. Now a Longmeadow throw-in. Sent to the middle. And Diascoli gets his head on it. And another shot way outside. And it'll go right out of bounds for another goal kick. Once again with a bad angle shot. East Longmeadow is succeeding in cutting off the angles tonight, as Jake Robb said. Diascoli sending it deep. Headed back, and Merrigan will look to defend. He bodies his man out of the way, and he sends it way upfield looking for Monroe. And it'll go all the way back to Richardson. Presnell is fighting for it now. He sends it left to Oliveri, and Oliveri looking to send it to the middle, maybe to Monroe, and Presnell once again using his body tonight. That'll result in a free kick for Longmeadow.
He's getting very aggressive tonight. They're playing a little bit undisciplined. They might want to turn that down a little bit.
Yeah, obviously emotions running high. This is biggest rivalry around. Presnell with the ball. He'll head it up to Monroe. Monroe looking outside to Presnell with a two-man game. Ball is headed directly back to Presnell. And now, number 11 for Longmeadow, Karan sends it upfield, and a weak shot on net. AJ Morgado will be able to boot it out up to Presnell. Now McMahon working the ball around. Presnell touches it to Richards. And now Richards on the outside. He's looking to move the ball upfield. And it is Richard with the ball now. He's controlling. Sends it to the outside. Oliveri with it. And he's moving with the ball. Riley steps up, gets back to Oliveri. Now Oliveri once again, lefty kick to the inside. Ends up with Stone, and he can't get to it. And that ball will work all the way back up to the outside. Richard trying to make the play on it. I believe a foul is called. And a free kick will take place. For number 8, Braden Costas. Costas looking at his options. He will boot it upfield left side. And now Richards with the ball, and it's taken. He's looking to defend. So far, just pretty back and forth. I mean, I think Longmeadow has had a few more shots on net, but overall they've just been poor angles. And
yeah, there's great defense being played by both teams. They haven't really let either team close to the net.
Yeah, so far pretty much at a stalemate. 0-0 game still. 32-30 remaining in the first half. And Diascoli once again takes the goal kick. Diascoli booting upfield. Richard is there. Now Merrigan looking to defend. Longmeadow controlling. It gets to the striker. He pulls back. And he looks to make a spin move. But once again, Diascoli with a great defensive play. Now on the outside. And Morgado will scoop up that shot from deep. Morgado with a punt. Sends it up to Richards. Richard tries to touch it to Monroe. He gets it back. Now he's moving. He looks to the outside towards Oliveri, but can't get it to him. Now Stone with the ball. Stone with an outside shot, and it goes just right.
That was a good shot on that, just off a little bit. They need to get more of those tonight.
Yeah, just a little bit more inside, and it's a goal. Goal kick for Longmeadow. A great touch. Merrigan is able to step up. He sends it to Monroe, and they can't hold on. Now it's Riley who kicks the ball up. A little back and forth play here. Monroe trying to touch up to Stone, but can't. Now it's Richard with the ball. He works his way around his guy. Sends it to Riley. Riley to Presnell. Presnell looking to make a move. Presnell with an outside shot, and it takes a weird skip and almost gets past the goalie.
Another really close shot. East Longmeadow just has to keep getting those on net. They're doing a better job in these last few minutes.
Fortunately for Longmeadow, their goaltender was able to scoop that right up. I believe Quinn Henry. Oliveri with the ball on the outside. It's well defended. Now Stone looking for another shot on net. And he falls down. He looks like he's in some pain. Now Longmeadow advancing the other way. Biggins with the ball. And Stone's still down. He's looking to get on sides. And Oliveri sends it towards the middle. Monroe trying to control, but can't. Now it's Merrigan stepping up with a shot from the outside. And Henry scoops it up. Henry will punt it with an absolute boot. Biggins stepping up. He sends it right up to Richard. Richard pushes it to the outside to Riley. Riley to Presnell. And it's taken away. Now Longmeadow moving up field. It's McMahon on the outside. Across to the middle. And it's controlled by Biggins, who's able to send it up to Presnell. Presnell now looking for Monroe. Monroe with a lead pass looking for Biggins, but can't get to him. Now it's McMahon on the outside. He's looking to advance for Longmeadow, and Riley steps up and knocks it out of bounds, allowing East Longmeadow to reset. Longmeadow controlling now in a fight for the ball. And it is Richardson who's able to win it for Longmeadow. Now crossed up to the middle, but it's defended by East Longmeadow. And now a touch move and a shot from the outside by number 11, Karan, but it's easily scooped up by A.J. Morgado. Morgado's ball will just come right back to him off of his punt.
That was a great defensive sequence to play before by Discoli and Merrigan. They really stopped there, whatever Longmeadow was trying to do there.
Yeah, absolutely. Discoli now with the ball. He looks for Richard. Richard controlling. Patience. He tries to send it upfield. Does not succeed. Stone going for a slide tackle. Now, a bomb upfield, and Discoli looking to defend. And he's able to body his man off ball, and Riley finishes up. Gives it to Presnell. Presnell to Oliveri. Oliveri touches it up to Presnell. And it's Richardson with the ball now. He's able to successfully turn his defender away. Richard able to repossess the ball for East Longmeadow. He sends it to Merrigan on the outside. Merrigan can't control that ball, but he gets it to Biggins. Biggins to Riley. Riley, Richard, And now back to Longmeadow. Ball moving upfield, and Merrigan just almost sends it out of bounds. Richards is able to get there. And I believe a free kick for East Longmeadow. Yep. Merrigan will set up to take that. Looking upfield towards Richard, it's headed away. Now McMahon. Back to Richardson. Richardson controlling. He's moving upfield. Sends it all the way up to Morgado. We'll scoop it up nice and easy. He rips it out to midfield. Now Richards will send that ball out of bounds. And a substitution is being made of number 24, 17, 13, and 5 for East Longmeadow. I got to get those names.
Tyler Retchin, Shane Smith. Shane Smith's 13, Tyler Retchin's 24. Who are the other two?
17 and 5.
17, Shane McCarthy, and then 5, Andrew Oliveri.
25 minutes remaining in this first half here. We still have a 0-0 game if you're just joining us. Decent crowd here tonight for East Longmeadow. Longmeadow setting up for a throw-in. And as before, I'm sure they'll look to get it to the middle. They did, and they look to head it on net, but they go pretty wide. Diascoli, as usual, sets up for the goal kick now. Diascoli. Up to McCarthy. He can't get a head on it, so now Longmeadow will be able to advance. Looks to cross it to the middle, but well defended by Biggins, and Retchin trying to get in on the action. That ball goes on net, and Morgado scoops it up. Morgado sends it left side. Now, Longmeadow looking to control it. A few headers. Monroe on the ball, and he's able to get it over to Hanley. Hanley rips it to the outside, looking for Retchin, but can't get it to him. Now Longmeadow trying to get there. Merrigan defending. Merrigan tries to tap it out of bounds before the flag, but can't, so it'll result in a corner kick. Longmeadow substitution being made. Number 6 coming in. That is Brendan Molderig, and number 21 coming out. And that would be Kyle O'Connor. Corner, sent to the middle, and
good save.
Oh, AJ scoops that up. What a save. I saw the back of the net move and thought it maybe went in. Clearly somebody bumped the post. What a great save by Morgado there.
Yeah, he really just, that was all him. He just stopped the goal.
Now McCarthy trying to move up. It's Monroe with the ball. He'll tap it back. Looking for Merrigan, gets by him. Now, Karan trying to advance it up. And Longmeadow will take control in the middle. And 2 slide tackles that result in a free kick. A little bit too aggressive there.
Yeah, East Longmeadows came out on the aggressive side. Way more aggressive than Longmeadow this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Using all the physicality in the world right now. Slide tackles, bodying men off ball, but could work out for them tonight with the intensity.
Yeah, we'll see at the end.
Longmeadow setting up their play here. Looking to get some off-ball movement. Free kick in a fairly dangerous spot. The fake, and they will just look to rip it on net, and it is just bodied out of the way. Number 22 for East Longmeadow.
He took a shot. He's down.
It's Shabelli, and he looks like he's in some pain.
Richard subbing in for him.
Yep, and they'll allow a sub. Yep, Richard coming in. And Presnell also stationed up, ready for a sub. Shabelli is a talented young freshman. He's really been working out well for the team so far. He's a good fit, it seems like, in our play style. Seems pretty minor, though. Just a stinger, I'm sure. He should be back, I believe. Able to walk off on the field on his own, which is a good sign. Now Richardson with the ball on the outside. And East Longmeadow attacks. Now Monroe with the ball, and he'll rip it upfield. Oh, and he bodies his man out of the way. Monroe on the outside, he touches it to the inside. And now a shot on net, but it is blocked. Richard with the shot now. Once again blocked. Biggins now with the ball on the outside.
That shot by Retchen was really close in the corner.
Yeah, it was just free fire for East Longmeadow there. Unfortunately, they couldn't get one on net. Close, though. Now Merrigan touching up to what looks like to have been meant for Smith, and now a ball is ripped off of, I believe, Richard's head. Richardson, touch back to him right away. He'll rip upfield, and Diascoli looking to tap it down to himself, misses, and it'll go right back up, back to Morgado. Morgado sending it upfield. It's Smith fighting for it now. Gets it to Monroe. Monroe looking to tap it up to the outside, I believe towards Retchen. Unsuccessfully, and now Longmeadow regained control. Retchen now fighting for the ball, and he might have just, no, not quite. I thought that he,
Yeah, that looked like it could have been East Longmeadow ball.
Yeah, apparently not. The ref says otherwise, so Longmeadow goal kick. That's Henry. So far, East Longmeadow with some good offensive opportunity. Unfortunately, Longmeadow defenders have been able to block a lot of their shots, which means that Henry hasn't really been tested. Morgado earlier with a great save on the corner kick. A header that he was able to stuff. Longmeadow with a quick touch upfield. Play it on the outside, and it's defended by Retchen, who will let that ball roll out of bounds. And now, number 10, Karan, looking to take this throw in. Karan will send it upfield, and now across to the middle, which is well defended, I believe by McCarthy maybe. Now Karan will get the ball again.
East Longmeadow's defense has been real good tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving as a unit. And now a corner which gets across and almost on net, just left outside. Barely misses. And Morgado catches a break there. as Diascoli sets up for the goal kick. Diascoli looking midfield. It gets to Richards. He misses the head. And now Merrigan looking to defend with Biggins. Merrigan able to head that out of bounds. And now Karan will set up for the throw-in. Karan will send that right out of bounds, and that'll result in an East Longmeadow goal kick. Patsy Diascoli once again setting up. Diascoli looking midfield once again. It gets almost to Merrigan, past him to McCarthy. Now Longmeadow fighting for that ball back. Gets all the way up to Diascoli, who boots it high in the sky. Now Shane Smith with the ball. Smith looking towards Richard. Richard with an opportunity to move up now. He looks Retchin, switching fields to the far side. And Longmeadow will just tap that ball out in order to recover. Now Merrigan will set up for the throw-in. What have you noticed so far, Jake?
The defenses for both teams. I mean, they're playing outstanding. There's not a lot of shots on net. Any shots there have been on net, they've been saves.
Yeah, so far, pretty defensive game.
Both offenses really need to get going.
Yeah, both sides are struggling to get anything on that. Now, an opportunity for East Longmeadow. Once again, quickly defended. Hanley now. No, Oliveri. Oliveri setting up for the throw-in. He'll look straight towards Hanley. Hanley heads it back to Oliveri. Oh, and Joe Fresnel putting his body again. Hit. Jim has really paid off for that kid.
Yeah.
Smith trying to gain control. Now it's Oliveri. Oliveri to Smith. Smith makes a nice move, and now he's moving upfield outside to Hanley. Or no, it's Fresnel who beats him to it. He taps to Hanley. Hanley now crossing to Richard. And they can't get a shot on net.
That was another
Richard
close
just
one.
missing. Now it's Diascoli looking to defend the other side. He'll tap it back to Morgado. A little bit of offense going now. Biggins now. He looks to Retchin. Retchin back to Smith. And now Shea McCarthy and Shane Smith working the ball. Hanley is able to tap it back, and it gets up to Fresnel. Fresnel now looking to make a play. And he looks a little bit tired out. It gets all the way up to Diascoli, and now another defensive play. Biggins, who steps up there. Once again gets up to Fresnel. He's been getting a lot of action. Shane Smith now, he taps it to Hanley. Hanley to McCarthy. McCarthy controlling. He'll look outside to Retchin. And it is booted way out of bounds by Carson Macchio.
It seems like every breakaway each of these teams have just defended perfectly every time, even if they're down on numbers.
Yeah, all the odd man rushes so far have just been shut down impressively.
Diascoli's been really good tonight.
Yeah, he's been really good pretty
way.
much every single game I've seen him, especially a sophomore. I mean, he's going to have a bright future ahead of him for this team. Smith trying to touch it up. And Longmeadow just trying to get some action. They've been just booting it upfield, looking to catch a break, and now a rip on net. And it hits the outside right post, and now another opportunity for a shot. Biggins is able to send it out. And now Merrigan with the ball on the outside.
That shot was so close. I thought it went in.
Morgado catches a big break. as it just barely hits that post, and then it pops back out to another Longmeadow player. And it is eventually defended by Biggins. Just a crazy sequence of events. Longmeadow finally able to get some of their offense going right there. Once again, they've been going for the long balls. As soon as they make that defensive play, they've been sending it up to their striker or one of their wings. Now a substitution being made. Oliveri comes out, and I believe it was Riley that went in. And a foul is called on McCarthy. So that allows for a Longmeadow free kick. I can't catch his number.
Is it 8?
Yeah, I believe it's number 8.
Good kick.
It's Braden Costas. Yeah, that would make sense.
Defended well by East Longmeadow, though.
And now Longmeadow touches out of bounds. That sets up for East Longmeadow goal kick once again. Patsy Diascoli. Substitutions being made. Number 9 and number 4 for Longmeadow coming in. Paulson Henry and Foster Kroon. Smith with a nice header. Biggins booting upfield looking for Monroe. Monroe using his speed on the outside to try and gain control. And that was off Longmeadow. We'll give East Longmeadow a throw-in. Right to Presnell. Presnell looking to make a play. And his touches ends up in the hands of Henry. And Henry will be able to take his punt. Gets all the way back to Biggins. Biggins heads it to Diascoli. Longmeadow is almost able to gain control. Can't quite. And that goes out of bounds. Substitution being made. That's Shabelli back in the game. Good to see him. He came out with an injury earlier off a free kick. And Shea McCarthy will be subbed out. Merrigan looking for Richard. It's taken away, and now Longmeadow with an opportunity. McMahon from the outside. Or no, sorry, Christopher Caron from the outside.
Straight to the goalposts. Too high.
Yeah, unfortunately, field goals do not count for this game. So Diascoli setting up. Now Longmeadow trying to regain control. Nice touch to the inside. Caron from the outside, a shot on net, and Morgado is able to scoop it up. Big save once again. Just a tough angle shot though. Well defended by East Longmeadow to put them in that position to force that shot. Now Morgado will rip it up to Smith. Smith with the ball. Almost gets it to Presnell. Presnell uses his body to get on a breakaway, but can't quite make it past that last defender. So unfortunately, opportunity taken away from East Longmeadow. Gets back to Merrigan. Merrigan to Richard. Up to Monroe. Monroe now controlling. He'll send it to the outside. It's Retchin on the outside with an opportunity. He'll take a shot on net, and it just goes right. Retchin almost able to bury it. Just a great touch to the outside to set him up for that. And catches Longmeadow's defenders lacking. Henry catches a break. And on his goal kick, he'll make the short and simple play.
I mean, Retchen just broke free from the defense there. There was no one on him, no one close.
Yeah, caught him completely off guard.
Just whiffed a little bit to the right.
Yeah, unfortunately, he wasn't able to fully gain control of his steps. He's still moving fast, so it's hard to get a good shot completely on the run. Now Monroe fighting for the ball, and it ends up out of bounds for a Longmeadow throw, and I believe it's Karan. Oh no, I believe a Longmeadow free kick, I'm sorry. It is Karan though taking it. No, it isn't. I can't catch the number from this far. So I can see Karan in the middle. Booted to the middle, and Morgado is just able to scoop that right up. It was on net. Just under 6.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Morgado will send it to the outside right to Retchen. Retchen controlling, gives it to Riley. Riley looks upfield, can't get it to Richard. Now Longmeadow, once again controlling with the ball. Biggins with it. He looks way upfield to Presnell. And Presnell can't quite gain control.
Presnell's seen multiple defenders a few different times this game on breakaways, so it's been tough for him to create some space.
Yeah, I mean, he's usually able to body off the first defender, but it's tough to fight off a two-man. Smith with the ball in the middle now. He's able to make a good touch. And now, once again, a pass to Retchen, and Retchen looks to send it to the middle, and is defended by Richardson. And Riley will just set up outside for a quick throw-in. He's looking at his options. He'll send it all the way up to Richard, who tries to touch it to Smith, and it just gets booted right back out of bounds for another East Longmeadow throw-in. Riley looking middle to Schiavelli. Schiavelli touches it to Smith. It's warded off, and now Biggins with the ball. Biggins holding on. He makes a move to the inside, and now he gets it to Richard, and Richard once again making another move to the inside. He'll look long to Retchen, and Retchen almost able to, Retchen with the goalie completely out of the net. He looks to the middle to Monroe, and Monroe trying to fight for possession, but it ends up out of bounds, defended off by number 8, Braden Costas. East Longmeadow once again able to get something going, sending that ball left side to Retchen, who's had a few opportunities. He's able to get by the goaltender, but eventually tries to send it to the middle to Monroe, who is fought off by 3 or 4 Longmeadow defenders. Now Joe Presnell with a shot from the outside. It goes way wide.
I mean, East Longmeadow keeps getting these opportunities. They're just not capitalizing right now, but hopefully that changes.
Substitutions for Longmeadow: Anthony Colleras, and I believe Finn Richardson and Benjamin Goodman are all going in.
Oliveri and Hanley also come on for East Longmeadow.
Yep.
With Riley and Retchen coming off.
Retchen with just a great set of plays. Unfortunately, he's not able to capitalize. And we still sit at a 0-0 game coming into the 3-minute mark of this first half. That ball ends up with Presnell, and Presnell with an opportunity, and it goes in left side of the net. Goal scored by Joe Presnell, his 6th of the season. Just a defensive miscommunication, which results with the ball in Joe Presnell's feet, and he's able to bury it off a tipped ball. Leading goal scorer, Joe Presnell, able to bury it.
It's a great play there. I mean, he's had a few of those opportunities this game, but he finally was able to capitalize on one. Great to see that.
Yeah, Joe Presnell, great player for East Longmeadow. And just his aggressive play style, putting that pressure on Longmeadow's defenseman, and he was eventually able to get by. Merrigan able to tap it out of bounds.
Spartan goal, scored by number 10.
That ball will go right in the woods.
I was talking to Presnell earlier at school today. He said he's going for another hat trick, just like he had against Westside this week.
Yeah, we'll see. One in the first half. Would love to see it. Yeah, Joe Presnell with a great performance. And a bicycle kick goes in. What a goal. Scored by number 11 for Longmeadow, Frederick Caron. A bicycle kick that just trickles in. And an unbelievable goal.
Yeah, that was a great goal. I did not expect that.
Good team answers a goal with a goal, and that's what Longmeadow did just right there. So East Longmeadow's got to watch out. What a play. I can't believe that.
That was an outstanding shot.
Yeah, Caron able to just bury it with a bicycle kick. You don't see that often in high school soccer, so impressive. East Longmeadow with an aggressive play to start off their kickoff, but they're not able to get it to Monroe. The ball's a little bit too far, and that'll result with a Longmeadow goal kick. Henry setting up. Substitution being made. Patsy able to touch that up to Hanley. Hanley now with it. He sends it up to Presnell, and Presnell fighting for it, but he can't get it. Well defended by number 5, I believe. Can't catch his name. Thomas McMahon. Just a good defensive play. Oliveri with it on the outside now, and he is fought off and tripped. And it'll be a Longmeadow throw-in. Sent upfield. Oliveri with it. He taps it up to Richard. Richard sending it to the outside to Hanley, and Hanley almost able to tap it upfield, but that ball eventually rolls out of bounds anyways. So Longmeadow number 24, Colross, will take the throw-in, taking his space. Up to McMahon. And Diascoli fighting off 2 guys. He tries to send it upfield towards Oliveri, but is kicked out of bounds. And he was awarded with a free kick either way. Diascoli booting it upfield. He's got a leg. Diascoli heading it up with control, trying to give it to Oliveri. Can't quite. And now Oliveri bodies his man, McMahon.
Great hit there by Oliveri.
Which will give a Longmeadow free kick from the outside in a danger spot with only 17 seconds remaining. They got to make a play quick.
I mean, with some of these hits we've seen this first half, I think we're watching football, but it's soccer.
Yeah, impressive. Not a lot of calls too, so you like to see it. Let the guys play. Longmeadow calling a timeout now, which will give them time to figure out some sort of play. And East Longmeadow has a little bit of time to make any defensive substitutions that they would like and figure out a plan to stop this. Longmeadow, obviously, with their set play, has been a little bit dangerous. They were able to get that header earlier off that corner kick. I'm assuming they'll go for pretty much the same thing right here as a fairly similar spot. Maybe a little bit more dangerous than a corner kick. Let's see who they give it to. I believe it's number 10 for Longmeadow, Christopher Caron. Yep. Karan setting up. Looks to send it far side as expected, and it goes right out of bounds. Morgado just gonna, they'll probably just let the time run out. Diascoli just setting up, and he will kind of kick it. I mean, that beginning of that first half, pretty slow, pretty defensive game. And then towards the end, both teams started to pick it up on the offensive side, both being rewarded with a goal. So far, I mean, what do you see, Jake? Who do you think is the stronger team?
East Longmeadow's definitely had more missed opportunities. I mean, Longmeadow's goal, like the bicycle kick, it was a good goal, but you don't get that every time. East Longmeadow's had a lot of shots on net that they just whiffed a little bit. I feel like they've been the better team so far. They just haven't capitalized on their opportunities.
Yeah, that goal was definitely a little bit spontaneous. You don't really see that a lot, and I mean, they haven't been awarded with as many opportunities as East Longmeadow so far. So we have a 9-minute break. We will be back in just a moment for the second half. And we are back. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the break. We're joined by Robert Cunningham.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here, Chad. You know, I really thought this was a good game, real back and forth, you know, all throughout the first half. And, you know, obviously Spartans went up one, and then Longmeadow came back with a quick one right there. You know, but I think really this could be a really back and forth game coming into the second half.
Yeah, what'd you notice on the defensive side?
Oh, I thought, well, East Longmeadow's defense, I thought they were amazing. Okay. I thought Patsy really kept it down. You know, they were locking it down. AJ, big zero in net. He was killing it.
Big zero.
Big zero.
Yeah, he was able to stuff that corner kick earlier in the game. Just a big save for East Longmeadow, able to get the momentum going.
Yeah. It was a really amazing play, special.
Yeah.
But I expect to see more of this coming into the second half. I think our Spartans can hold it down and get this one home.
Yeah, absolutely. We're in for a good one here.
We are.
Thank you,
We are.
Rob, for joining us. And we'll get back to the game just around a minute.
No problem. Always a pleasure, Chad.
So, what have you noticed so far? What do you think?
Preston's been great tonight. He's had a lot of opportunities on net. He actually cashed one of those opportunities in. He was able to go up 1-0 before Longmeadow came back. I mean, East Longmeadow's defense has also been great tonight. The goalie hasn't let anything behind him so far. He's been outstanding. Yeah,
just a real back and forth game. As we set up for the second half here, we're in for another great 40 minutes of play. As Joe Presnell sets up alongside Zach Richard. So far, East Longmeadow has been able to get a good amount of offense going fairly consistently. And now, once again, the play up to Monroe, not successful. And that'll go right out of bounds, which gives Merrigan the throw-in. Merrigan looking for Monroe. Can't get to him. It gets out to Presnell. Presnell taps it to the outside to Olveri. Can't get it to him. Now it's Stone with the ball. It's taken. Diascoli able to defend it, and now Riley able to defend it. Oliveri ripping it upfield towards Presnell, and Presnell is able to force a throw-in, and they will give that to Josh Riley. Thrown right over to Presnell. I'm not sure what happened there.
It's like they reversed the call.
Oh, yeah, they did call it towards Longmeadow. Now Longmeadow looking to control. Booted up the right side. Diascoli able to use his height there. Now Stone bodied. And yep, I believe that'll be a free kick. Yes, it will be. They'll give it to Richard. Richard advancing it quick, looking for Oliveri. That's shut down. Now Presnell fighting for it. And Richard just kicks it out of bounds.
I'd like to see the offense get going. Like in the middle of the second half or first half, it was moving. They had a lot of opportunities and shots on net. That's when Presnell ended up scoring.
Yeah,
I'd like to see that again. Yeah.
Even towards the end, East Longmeadow was just really going. They'll look to do the same thing now. Now Diascoli with a great slide tackle. I believe completely legal. Yep, it was. It's a throw-in. Just a great play.
He's been everywhere on defense all night.
Yeah, the sophomore. Just real good player for East Longmeadow this season. I know he was on varsity last year as a freshman, which does not happen very often here. So, real good to see upcoming talent. And a corner kick is awarded to Longmeadow. Clearly the ball was tipped off of an East Longmeadow player. It'll be Karan setting up in the corner as usual. Longmeadow trying something a little bit different here. As they send a guy to the outside post, once again, that ball will go a little too far and behind the net, which will give Morgado the goal kick. They'll actually give it to Biggins this time, not Diascoli. Switching it up a little bit between the two, giving both opportunities. Biggins rips it up, looking for Stone. Richard was able to get a head on it now. East Longmeadow trying to move it up. Presnell chips it up to Monroe. And it ends up in Henry, and he is able to just kick it right out of bounds. Presnell with it, and he is fouled hard. Which will give Richard the free kick. Richard setting up. East Longmeadow off-ball movement. Sends it left side. It's tipped out. And Monroe will let it go for an East Longmeadow throw-in. Gives it to Riley. So far, not much going on in the second half as we're 5 minutes in.
Yeah, it seems like it's starting out just like the other one. Both teams seem to have to warm up a little bit as they get into each half.
Yep. They just got to tire out that back line before most of the offensive opportunity comes. As teams get more tired, defensemen get lazy, and it opens up things in the middle. Now fight for the ball. Richard will end up with it. And he looks upfield towards Monroe. It's ricochets off a Longmeadow player's head. Riley now looking for Monroe. Monroe able to touch it to the inside towards Richard. And Richard sends it to Richards on the outside, but can't get to him. And now it's Merrigan with a throw-in. Merrigan looking for Stone. And Stone is able to touch it inside towards Monroe, who's able to get a shot on net. I couldn't tell if he was trying to cross it or shoot right there. I think initially he looked for the cross, but I don't think he had a guy open, so he opted for the shot.
Yeah, he didn't really have the angle for that shot. It was a good attempt, though.
Now number 12, Robbins, wasn't able to get it to the inside.
It's good defense by Biggins there.
Yeah, it goes off Biggins and results in a corner kick, which I'm assuming will be taken by Karan. Yep. Karan setting up on the corner. Longmeadow will go with the same usual set play. Sent to that back post, and AJ Morgado is able to successfully punch it out. Great play by him. And now a fight for the ball just past the 30. And that ball ends up out of bounds past the goal.
That was a great punch out by AJ.
Yeah, absolutely. Longmeadow, Karan just typically goes for that back post. And AJ Morgado foresaw that and was able to pop it out. Now Biggins, the goal kick, he rips it to midfield. Ends up back to Diascoli. Diascoli to Stone. Stone is bodied off ball, but not before he gets it to Presnell. Presnell sends it to Richard. Richard now with it. Richard sending it to Presnell. East Longmeadow advancing quickly, but it is shut down, and it gets back to Stone, who sends the ball upfield towards Merrigan, and Merrigan can't quite control that ball towards Richards. And now Longmeadow looking to control on the outside. Number 12, Robbins able to head it up. Robbins now fighting for the ball. Eventually gets back to Riley. Riley just misses it, getting a little ahead of himself. He's able to touch it to the outside, and Oliveri is tripped up before he can get a touch on the ball, which results in a Longmeadow throw-in. Longmeadow moving the ball quickly now. And it is touched outside once again by East Longmeadow, giving Longmeadow another throw-in.
Yeah, these offenses have been slow once again starting out, but
yeah, both teams are having a tough time getting something going, but I'm sure eventually things will open up, and that stalemate will soon end. And now Riley bodying his man. Ref will award advantage. And that ball is directed towards Robbins, but Robbins can't get it. And now Merrigan trying to make the defensive play, and a call was made. I'm not sure if it was inside or outside of the box. Just outside, I believe. East Longmeadow not happy with the call. And this will result in a Longmeadow free kick.
I mean, it looked at me like clean defense. There was a Longmeadow guy fell on the ground, and I don't know if he.
Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough ball for the referee to let it go. I believe both Karans setting up outside. They usually go for one fake, so we'll see. Maybe they'll go for a couple this time. AJ Morgado has to keep an eye out for that. Yeah, just a great opportunity for Longmeadow right here.
Yeah, this is as good as it gets.
Both the Karans lining up, as well as number 3. Can't get his name. Oh, Wesley Rogas. Rogas stepping up. He'll fake. Karan on the outside, and AJ is able to scoop it up. Morgado with a big save.
I mean, that was just an outstanding save.
Just a low ripper. And Morgado is able to scoop that ball right up. And now Karan is fouled by Richard, which will give another free kick. Yeah, as usual back there on that free kick, Longmeadow likes their fake when they're in shooting range. And Morgado was not fooled. He stepped up to the occasion and was able to make the stop once again for East Longmeadow. He's been a big player for the team tonight. Now number 8, Braden Costas will step up for the free kick as Longmeadow sets up just inside the 30, looking to get something going offensively. Costas ripping it upfield on net, and is headed, and I believe an offside. Yes, an offsides was called on Longmeadow, giving East Longmeadow a break as Longmeadow set up in prime scoring position inside the box off a ricochet. Now Merrigan setting up for the goal kick. Merrigan boots it upfield. Absolute rip, and that gets all the way up to Monroe. Monroe using his speed almost catches up, and that ball will result out of bounds. And Monroe not happy with that call as they award a free kick to Longmeadow. Henry will step up to take it. Yeah, tough call for East Longmeadow, unfortunately.
Student section's going wild right now.
Yes. I don't think I've ever seen anything. Michael Monroe breaks through and he goes for the chip shot, and it's just too high. Yeah, East Longmeadow student section going. Trying to intimidate the opponent.
Yeah.
Now a few subs will be made. Riley and Stone will come out. I couldn't catch who stepped in. I believe Retchen and Oliverius, the typical person that goes in for, I don't see all of it. Yeah, I do. There he is. Now Smith sending it upfield. And now Joe Presnell with the ball. And he looks to get it on net, and it's tipped off. Henry wasn't able to control. And it almost gets to Monroe if he just waited a little bit longer to come in. Unfortunately, a little bit of bad luck, and he wasn't able to get a foot on it. Biggins heading it up. Now it's Robbins. Robbins sending it upfield, and that ball will go right out of bounds, which gives Merrigan the throw-in. Merrigan trying to rip it all the way up to Monroe. Can't reach him. Headed up by Smith. Now Longmeadow regains possession. A ball upfield, but unfortunately for Longmeadow, number 21, Kyle O'Connor, was caught off sides. Getting a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, that's a huge break for East Longmeadow. He was not accounted for by the defense.
Yeah, East Longmeadow's back line was able to step up and catch him off sides. And now a little tussle between Robbins and Monroe. And the call goes towards Robbins. Longmeadow now setting up for the free kick. And a little bit of displeasure coming from the East Longmeadow crowd. Now Ben Biggins able to box out his guy, which gives East Longmeadow the goal kick. A great play by Ben Biggins, star defender for East Longmeadow and senior. One of the few guys that started on varsity last year. Not a lot of the starting lineup was starting. The year prior, at least. Obviously, we lost around 11 seniors. Now, Richard trying to control it. Advantage was awarded, and the referee will have a talk with number 19.
Looks like he got hit in the head and
Carson Macchio.
Just laying on the ground.
Yeah. Perhaps looking for a call, or maybe he's actually hurt. You never know.
He got up right away, though, right? When the ref didn't make the call, so who knows?
Probably looking for a call. Merrigan now setting up. East Longmeadow just outside the 30 with their setup. He rips it far left. Not able to get it to him, and now Merrigan with the defensive play. Karan booting it upfield towards O'Connor, and he's not able to control. Retchen now stepping up to make the play. Retchen will make a quick throw in right to Richard. Richard not able to control, but Retchen able to regain possession for East Longmeadow. And he megs Karan. Impressive pass. And now Ben Biggins boxes out his man. Good play on him. And it'll give Biggins a goal kick. See a lot of teams doing this with their defender with the biggest leg is just setting him back. East Longmeadow is blessed with a few good kickers on the back end.
Yeah, they rotate.
They're able to
multitude
rotate.
of them.
Now Presnell fighting for the ball. It gets back to Richard. Richard to Monroe. Monroe stepping it out to the outside. He'll use his patience and he'll look towards Retchen. And it can't quite make it to him. And now Retchen able to make the aggressive play, which results in the ball being ricocheted off his leg and out of bounds. Number 19, Carson Macchio, will now set up for the Longmeadow throw-in.
Eventually, one of these teams, they're going to get a break on offense, and they're going to put another goal in. It just matters.
Yeah, it's just one team looking for a defensive breakdown. A handball will be called on Merrigan, unintentionally, but nevertheless a handball. I have to give a shout out to Garrett Donahue over in the student section. He asked me for one.
Student section been great tonight. They're getting loud.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a lot of them using their voices tonight, and it's good to see. You love the spirit. Now Karan sending it to the middle, and East Longmeadow number 10, Joe Presnell, able to head that right out of bounds. Good to see him on the defensive end of things.
He's a versatile player.
Yeah, absolutely. This season with 6 goals and 2 assists, I believe. And then second in points is Michael Monroe, 4 goals, 3 assists. And that ball is punched right out by Morgado on the corner kick. And now Longmeadow able to regain possession on the inside. Unfortunately, is warded off by East Longmeadow defenders. Now an outside shot from Richardson.
That was a great save, and then great defense right after that.
Yeah, Richardson isn't able to get it on net there. So Finn Richardson, former East Longmeadow player, back in the day. He's a good soccer player back on the defensive line for Longmeadow now. Now Hanley on the outside. He looks to make a play, can't. Ball's booted upfield. Oliveri can't quite make the play. Which will result in a free kick. I believe Andrew Oliveri on the outside. Outside left, East Longmeadow setting up. Ball just past midfield as they get into their set play. Off-ball movement. And it almost makes it to Joe Presnell, but not quite. Now Shane Smith with some good back checking. And now O'Connor able to get upfield, was possibly offsides. Now Karan in the middle, not able to gain control. Now Presnell moving upfield. He's going to look to give it to Monroe, and now Monroe controlling in the middle. Monroe holding, and he tries to get by his defenders, can't quite, and now Frederick Karan will send it upfield. Now is Longmeadow gaining control and a slide tackle made by Jack Merrigan. Wasn't quite on ball. And he's happy to not see a card.
That was another one of those big hits that we had earlier in the first half.
Yeah, a little bit of a dangerous play there. Once again, East Longmeadow just playing pretty aggressive. I mean, you got to call that as a referee, but overall, he's pretty much letting the guys play.
Yeah, the physicality tonight by East Longmeadow has been good.
Yeah, absolutely. You like to see it. I mean, can't get too aggressive in the sport of soccer, but you can always use your body and make the play. And if you get on ball, it's pretty much fair game. Outside shot, and it's faked once again. Karan will step up, and he'll kick it way left.
Yeah,
Substitutions being made. Shabelli coming in for East Longmeadow.
Monroe going out.
And number 6, Brendan Molderick, going in for Longmeadow. Number 21, I believe maybe O'Connor. Yeah, Kyle O'Connor coming out. Free kick taken by Karan. And that ball almost finds its way to the back right. A little bit high, though. 15 minutes remaining, or just over 16 minutes, sorry, remaining in this second half. We still have a 1-1 game if you're just joining us. Pretty back and forth play so far in this second half here. Joe Presnell with the goal, the 6th of this season. And for Longmeadow, I believe it was Karan with a bicycle kick, able to bury it for Longmeadow quickly after that first goal in the end of that first half.
Yeah, Longmeadow had a really nice goal in the first half.
So now Longmeadow is able to set up for a free kick. They'll give it to their goaltender. Quinn Henry setting up. Henry rips it. Shabelli almost able to gain control, and then it's Retchen who gets hit, Smith who gets hit from behind a little bit. And that ball will end up back in the hands of Quinn Henry. Henry, once again ripping it up past midfield. Looking for Karan. Biggins able to step up. Able to use some agility there, and now Diascoli will send it sky high. Merrigan with a header. Able to get to Shabelli. Shabelli now moving. And he looks for Smith, but the ball takes a weird skip. And Longmeadow regains control, tries to take an outside shot, goes way right. And Morgado will be given the goal kick.
Yeah, neither team's really got anything going the first 25 minutes of this half.
Yeah, just under 15 minutes remaining. Both teams are just looking to break this tie and improve their record. Diascoli steps up. He gives it to Hanley. Hanley looking for Merrigan on the outside. It's intercepted. And now Diascoli once again boots it sky high. Gets all the way outside, looking for Retchen. And number 19, Carson Macchio, is now able to take the throw-in. And that ball is going to pretty much end up, that ball ends up out of bounds, straight off the throw-in. Weird little skip. Now Shabelli sends it to Smith. Smith with a little tap outside. It'll give it to Oliveri. Oliveri sending it back to Shabelli. Shabelli. Hanley. Hanley to Smith. Smith holding it. He gives it to Shabelli. Some good ball movement by East Longmeadow. Now Richard. Richard looking to send it upfield to Presnell. Doesn't succeed, and now Biggins being contested, and a whistle will be blown. I believe in offsides. and offsides was called, which will give East Longmeadow the ball just before midfield.
Yeah, East Longmeadow's got to get something going in these last 13 minutes to play. They don't want to result in another tie like they had versus Amherst earlier in the season.
Yeah, Merrigan ripping that upfield. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too far. It ends up in the hands of Henry. But yeah, I mean, they're coming off a loss right here. But before that, I believe a 3-game win streak. So they're looking to improve their last 5 games to 4-1.
Yeah, they did start off the season really slow though, but
yeah, they did.
They picked it up.
Came off a tough start, so they got a little bit of an uphill battle, and now a little bit of weird little back and forth. Not sure what that was. Gretchen didn't seem happy about it though. Merrigan now ripping the throw-in. Biggins now with it. He sends it to Retchen. Retchen to the inside. Shabelli now. Shabelli taps it to Smith. Smith sending it upfield. He was looking, I believe, for Jack Merrigan. No, not Merrigan. I can't tell who that is from this distance. I believe Sam Hamley on that left side. And now Shabelli is bodied off ball. And an egregious foul, and now Richard will try to make the quick play to catch Longmeadow off guard. East Longmeadow's coach does not seem happy about that. Richard now regains possession for his team. It was unfortunately taken away from him. Now Shabelli trying to make the play. Advantage is awarded towards Longmeadow. And the referee puts his hand down, and Longmeadow was able to bury a weird goal. Number 17 for Longmeadow.
Looked like Morgado got tripped up.
Ronald Lynn. I think that just caught East Longmeadow off guard. Once again, just a weird goal, and like the chaos of East Longmeadow's defense caught them just completely off guard, and then I believe Morgado just got tripped up kind of awkwardly, and it tapped right out to Lynn. And he's able to bury his first one of the game. So far, goal scorers for Longmeadow are Karan and Lynn, which gives a 2-1 game with just over 11 minutes remaining. And Monroe is just bodied off ball. Calls just aren't going East Longmeadow's way tonight, unfortunately. Substitution being made. Robbins coming in, and goal scorer Lynn coming off.
Longmeadow goal scored by number 17, Ronald Lynn, assisted by number 2, Ben Mahoney.
East Longmeadow will look to answer that goal. Once again, goal scored by Ronald Lynn and assisted by Mahoney. Now East Longmeadow has to fight their way out of this hole. 2-1 game. East Longmeadow sets up for a free kick. That is Braden Costas. Costas rips it upfield, and that's headed by Robbins right out of bounds. And now Merrigan is given a free kick. Merrigan sending it upfield. That's Richard who almost gets head on it. Robbins who ends up sending it upfield to O'Connor. Now Smith with it. It's turned around by Karan. Karan sending it to his brother. Can't quite reach it. So now Morgado will be able to punt it towards midfield. Smith looking to head it.
The urgency for East Longmeadow is to start now. I mean, 9 minutes remaining, time winding down.
Yeah, they need some offensive opportunities. Got to start getting worried. I mean, they're in a position where they really need to bury one right now. I'm not sure if, I believe regular season games do go into shootouts or penalty kicks if it is a tie game at the end of regulation. I could be mistaken though. I know in playoffs to do that, but I'm not sure if they do golden goal or PKs or none, if they just end in a tie.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I'd assume they probably do golden goal, and then I don't know if they do PKs. I'd assume they don't do PKs in regular season. So now Longmeadow possessing. Karan on the outside. He can't reach it before it goes out of bounds, which will give East Longmeadow a throw-in for Andrew Oliveira. Andrew Oliveira will rip it right to Smith. Smith holding on. He tries to send it to the middle towards Richard, but it's a little bit far for him. Richard fighting for it. East Longmeadow just looks a little tuckered out right now. Robbins with it on the outside. He'll send it to O'Connor. O'Connor with a nice step back move. Now it's Retchin. Retchin is fouled, I believe. Maybe a missed call. He'll send it upfield towards Presnell. Won't get to him, but it'll get to Richard, and Richard just rips it upfield. I don't know what his plan was for that.
Questionable decision, but
I think that he maybe was trying to put a little bit of finesse onto it to the outside, maybe towards Monroe.
7 minutes winding down. Some Meadows got to make something happen.
Yep. 2-1 game. In this rivalry between East Longmeadow and Longmeadow. Richard is subbed out, and McCarthy is subbed in. I believe Richard just needed to tie his shoe, maybe take a quick breather before East Longmeadow makes this final run to try and tie this game. As we pass 6.5 minutes. Morgado scoops that ball up. And he will boot it midfield. Shabelli, he gets tripped up. It's Smith now. I believe advantage awarded for East Longmeadow. It's tipped to the outside to Retchin. Retchin with an opportunity to send it to the middle. It's Presnell, and Presnell, sorry, no, Smith. Smith tries to rip it on net. It goes just high.
Yo, what's going on, Job? How you doing, Chad
Brady
O'Brien?
Dovek with me now.
I just sped down 91 south to get here, Chad. Didn't get pulled over, but we got here with 10 minutes left. I walked in as soon as the second goal was scored, so a little disappointing, but I might be the curse, but hopefully I'll be the lucky charm here.
Yeah, I really hope so, man.
So, I mean, I was watching your live stream. You didn't give me a shout out. I sent you a text, but
You sent me a text?
Oh, yeah.
How many?
But I was listening to it for about 40 minutes.
Watching
so
live stream. Give me a shout out. Shout out Brady Dovek for watching the live stream.
Appreciate you. Jake Robb, thank you for allowing me to have the mic. I know it kind of came in a little hot there.
Yeah, Brady bringing the energy here. All right. So now we got a Longmeadow throw-in. Number 5. I took away my list for myself. Number 5, Thomas McMahon. McMahon chucks it in. Monroe's able to get a head on it. And now East Longmeadow fighting for the ball. Diascoli sends it sky high. And Smith is fighting for it. Smith is bodied off ball. Tip to the outside to Robbins. Robbins holding on. A little ball movement by Longmeadow. O'Connor trying to tap it back outside to Robbins. A little bit too far, and Merrigan will be given the throw-in. As substitutions, no? Yeah, substitution being made.
East Longmeadow had another big chance there a few minutes ago with Presnell in front of the net. Just sent it a little too high.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was, I believe it was Smith, actually.
Oh, Smith.
I was mistaken when I commentated that. It was Smith. It went past Presnell. Smith able to get a foot on it. And a call was made there.
Soft.
Yeah, it was a little bit soft.
Not at this point in the game. You can't be calling that.
Yeah, it was a little bit backwards. The referees were kind of letting the guys play earlier on, but now they're kind of cracking down, trying to get control of the game a little bit. But 3.5 minutes remaining. East Longmeadow just looking to get one back here. And that's ripped up field, looking for a header and maybe a tip on net. But it is tapped out of bounds, and Merrigan will set up for the goal kick here. Merrigan setting up. He'll kick it midfield towards Smith. Smith's not able to get a head on it, and then Presnell almost able to tip it to Richard, but it's defended. Now Robbins sending it to O'Connor. O'Connor with an opportunity here. If he can get by Diascoli, he'll look for a far side, and he will bury it on Morgado, and that'll probably be the dagger. You never know. With just under 3 minutes remaining, Longmeadow makes it a 3-1 game with a team celebration.
Yeah, that one's a punch to the gut, Chad. AJ really hung out to dry there. Couldn't do much about that one. That's just a bad break at the end of the game. You know, obviously going down 2-1 after you've been playing a strong game, you know, you might get in your head a little bit, shut down, and seems like that's happening to East Longmeadow a bit here tonight. But that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunately, East Longmeadow student section pours out, assuming the end of the game. And now they'll just go for an aggressive play style. Presnell touching it to the outside. And now Monroe almost able to send it to the inside, but he's bodied off ball, and Henry just scoops it right up. I've never seen a student section pour out faster. Shabelli now with it. Richard looking for McCarthy. McCarthy to Biggins. Now East Longmeadow finally picking up the intensity. They needed to do that earlier and didn't. I believe. Yeah, I thought it was O'Connor. It was Ben Goodman that was buried it there. And now Michael Monroe with the ball, and he shoots and he scores!
Oh my God.
And this could be a game now, 3-2.
Come on back.
Just over 2 minutes remaining.
Oh, they're gonna call that one off.
And they call
Maybe,
it
I don't
off.
know actually, I don't know.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. Okay, that ref had his arm up in the air and was waving.
Scared me.
Jeez Louise. All right, they got some life.
Yeah, 3-2 game now. A little bit of offensive momentum going now. Hopefully we'll be able to build on that with just over 2 minutes remaining. You never know.
East Longmeadow just got to do the same thing. Just send everybody up through ball. Through ball after through ball. You just got to get a runner at this point. You just got to get a foot on it.
East Longmedow's got a lot of stars on the offensive side of things, so hopefully they can use that and get one more. They just got to put a lot of guys on ball here.
Longmeadow at this point just got to keep the ball in East Longmeadow's defensive zone, burn a little bit of the time off.
So now Shane Smith trying to possess it. It gets out to Shabelli. Shabelli sending it right side to Retchen. Retchen now with it. He'll send it to the middle towards Richard. Richard able to tap it to Presnell, and Presnell trying to take it to the inside. He's not able to, and now Longmeadow successfully able to send it upfield, and now Robbins pressuring Merrigan. It gets back to Diascoli. Diascoli to Presnell. Presnell now trying to control. Robbins on him, and he's bodied, and it'll give a free kick for East Longmeadow. East Longmeadow looking to set up with just over a minute remaining in this game. Rivalry between East Longmeadow Spartans and Longmeadow Lancers. Once again, just a nail biter. Presnell setting up. He sends it somewhat on net, and Merrigan tries to get up to it, but can't, and now Longmeadow will just boot it upfield. Biggins stationed back, and now it's upfield to Karan. Biggins able to make the play and send it up to Smith. Smith with it. Now Merrigan. Merrigan looking towards Richard. Smith looking to get a shot on net from the outside, and he cannot. 28 seconds remaining.
Longmeadow's just going to kill the clock at this point.
Yeah, Longmeadow will take their time. Goalkeeper Henry will just walk on up as slow as possible. And that'll pretty much, that can't be allowed. Interesting. Huh. So
Chad,
that'll end the game.
One thing I
Ben
strongly
Goodman
hate about soccer, Chad,
is the
first of all, there's ties. I absolutely hate that. Secondly, I mean, it's tough to score goals. It really is.
I mean, that's what
with a lot of sports, but
it's tough to watch regular seasons sometimes. I mean, playoff soccer, there's nothing better. I love the intensity, and there's usually a little bit more goal scoring. But unfortunately, East Longmeadow went up 1-1 and let up 3 unanswered goals, and you just can't do that.
Well, Chad, thanks for letting me come in a little bit hot. I'll hand it back to Jake Robb to close it out.
Jake Robb, what'd you notice in that last few minutes of the game?
I mean, they fought back. They got down by that one. It was kind of a tough situation for the goalie.
Yep. Yeah, Ben Mahoney with the assist of Longmeadow's second goal. I believe correction was Finn Richardson. Yeah, correction. Longmeadow's second goal was assisted by Finn Richardson, not Ben Mahoney.
I mean, tough loss for East Longmeadow, but they really battled back at the end. It looked over, but they had a chance at the end. They just missed the opportunity.
Yeah, so 3-2 game. I mean, you just can't allow 3 unanswered goals. Unfortunately, East Longmeadow did, and they tried to fight back at the end, but with the goal by Monroe, but they just couldn't finish it off with one more. And unfortunately, you know, even if they did score that goal, soccer ends in a tie. So, I mean, it is what it is. East Longmeadow will look to fight back after going on a 2-game losing streak now. All right, thank you for joining us. I'm Chad O'Brien alongside Jake Robb, and we are signing off.